going on, everybody? This is Brad, and Fortnite dropped a trailer today for the Fortnite crew skin for December, Joni the Red. And of course, this skin has been available to get in the game since November 30th, so it's a few weeks too late to really be trying to... Well, I guess it's not really too late to hype this up because it's available through the rest of December. But the thing is, this trailer has come out at the perfect time because it brings up something for me, the trailer's not bringing up anything, but it showcases a criticism I have with Fortnite when it comes to how they handle their characters. But let's watch this first, and I'll tell you what I mean once the trailer's over. Alright, so let me explain. Okay, here we have Joni the Red, the first member of the group known as the High Stakes Club, a teenage high school group of vampire hunters. She was the first. Alright, here she is. She's looking for something. Investigating. Something's watching her. And here we've got a bunch of vampires. Although Joni clearly has powers there as well. And that's the trailer. Now, here's the thing. What does this trailer mean? Really? What does it mean? We're introducing a group of vampire hunters with a name, and they hunt vampires. That's their specialty, and they are getting a little bit of a focus in the game right now, because Joni is the first member, Halsey is the second, and she's in the battle pass. So 2 of the 3 members of this group are in the game now, we're assuming the third will make an appearance soon as well. What does it mean, though? Let me tell you what it means. Nothing. It means absolutely nothing. You know why? Because we're in the middle of Winterfest right now, with the Santa Claus soldier guy driving around throwing Christmas presents to everybody. There's not a vampire to be found on the island. So, what is the deal with this? Why are we getting a group of vampire hunters after Fortnitemares? Especially when none of them seem to have anything to do at all with the current plot of Fortnite, as we are now going into what looks to be the origins of the Imagined Order and Geno. The 7 are still, they're missing in the storyline right now, but the 7's AI is still there. We won't hear from her for a while. She asked us to help her build a robot suit. I assume that that Amy will become a skin at some point, but probably in the next battle pass if I had to guess. Anyway, so why are we getting these characters in this game and they have a full backstory, and we even got this trailer showcasing the first one we were introduced to hype up their appearance. And they even showed off, of course, the Vampire Drift skin to show, okay, she's fixing to go. This character, I apologize if it's not. I saw somebody online randomly say that this character is supposed to be non-binary, I think, or trans or something. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that in any official lore or any official account confirm that, so I don't know. If they are, I apologize. But that really doesn't have anything to do with the issue I have here. Why are we getting a focus on these skins? And that's my problem. There is no reason to be focused on these skins because they don't matter in the story. They have their own little backstory and lore, which is cool. It's fine. I actually like that they have the story. I like the idea of the High Stakes Club. But the problem is that they're just skins in the game. That's it. And I wish they wouldn't be just skins in the game. That's my problem with this. Fortnite's biggest appeal, I think, is, yes, I like the gameplay, but the skins are, I think, its biggest draw. Certainly the collab skins. And I think that's why, like, Fortnite's one of those cases where the skins, I think, get people excited. I posted this today earlier in a response where people were talking about how Nintendo, Fortnite wanted to put Samus Aran from Metroid in Fortnite back like the chapter 2. But Nintendo would not let them. They said that if they were going to put Samus in the game, she could only be available to buy on the Nintendo Switch, and they would not allow Fortnite to have the Samus skin render off of the Switch. So say if you bought the skin on a Switch, if you were to buy Samus on the Switch, if you were to then decide to play on PC, well, you wouldn't be able to use the Samus skin. I don't know how they would have fixed that, but you wouldn't have been able to use that skin. It would have been like recoded to look like a default skin or something, or some other type of substitute skin instead. And they even wanted to make it to where, say, you're in a shootout with somebody, you're playing on Xbox, and this other person's playing on Switch. Well, the Switch user's using Samus, but the Xbox user does not see a Samus skin. They see some other skin, like a default skin, or just some whatever random substitute they would come up with. Probably, I don't know that they would even want to do a knockoff Samus skin to do that, but that was Nintendo's deal, and Epic didn't want to agree to it. And so the skins are a big appeal for this game. And I think that Fortnite skins look really good. I like Joni the Red's design. I like Halsey's design. We haven't seen the third member of their group in game yet, but from the one loading screen you got with Joni, the third character looks pretty cool too. But anyway, I want these skins to mean something, and it felt like the skins used to mean a lot more. At least when I started playing, during Chapter 2, Season 2, all of the Battle Pass skins except for Agent Peely were bosses on the map, and there was the whole big war going on, and so that felt like these characters were, involved in that particular storyline. Nowadays, the Battle Pass skins are kind of just skins. Some of them don't even show up on the island. And a lot of plot points that you would think were relevant to the story seem to just get shuffled around. Like the Peace Syndicate. Now, this isn't related to that. This is another faction. I like these groups. But we have two members of the Peace Syndicate that were Battle Pass skins from Chapter 3, Season 3 and Chapter 3, Season 4. What was the first character's name? Evie, I think. She was an NPC on the map for the last 3 seasons. She's still on the map now. And this mysterious X character is sending her messages and stuff. So, the thing that's got me is that Fortnite will plant these little lore pieces, and some of them seem very interesting, and it seems like they could be important. But then they don't materialize. And it just makes the characters feel empty and meaningless. Okay, here's this character. She looks cool, right? Okay, she's relatively worthless to the game other than just pure visual appeal. And I'm like, this is a game that has a story, and they've used various characters to explain their lore. Like the Batman comic books, where the Batman Fortnite comic, where various skins had managed to get out of the loop before Batman, and they formed an alliance with Batman. I mean, it's not much, but it's something. It gave those Fortnite original characters something to do, and they were able to expand more on how the actual core story of Fortnite works. So, what I would like to see from Epic is more utilization of these skins. You have, Epic is a big company, and you have all these resources. Why have we not seen more official Fortnite like media. Like, well, okay, we got comic books. That's great. We've got the video game collabs and the various collabs with TV shows and cartoons and anime and video games. Those are great, but they're still just in-game content. Why don't we get some Fortnite shorts out there? Why don't we do a series of short videos, like, say, a 5-episode miniseries detailing how the High Stakes Club got together? Where did they meet? Let's see some fights between them, where they're not shooting each other with guns. Let's give these characters, let's make these characters feel important. Like, you can make, like, this trailer looks great, but it's just a trailer. It's just to make you want to buy the skin. And it's done well, but there's no story, really. Not any more than we already know from just reading the character's in-game bio. So I would like to see them actually try to do more with their skins than just release an action figure or something. You know? So, like, yeah, a mini-series based on the High Stakes Club. Or, like they looked like they were doing with the first Shadows skins for the Fortnite crew. They released an original animated piece detailing how the Burning Wolf became a soldier from Midas. That got removed from their official account. They took it down immediately. And, like, I want to see some of these hidden pieces of lore. That way you could keep the game mostly focused on the core story, and then let these, like the comic books, be side stories. Like how Dr. Doom actually returned to the Fortnite island during the last chapter, and then immediately was, like, gone. Like, Doom didn't return in-game, but there was a whole nother storyline revolving Dr. Doom in Fortnite. And how he had actually managed to, or I think he did, manage to steal a piece of the Zero Point. And he was, I think that Marvel comic actually did, it left off with Dr. Doom headed to the island. But the official Dr. Doom skin was, like, in the game way before that. And then in the Batman Foundation comics, that whole Batman Fortnite comic series, Harley is canonically still in Fortnite. She chose not to return to Gotham. And the Batman Who Laughs is supposedly trapped in the loop, but he retained all his memories because of his the metal in his helmet. It operated similar to how the Foundations and the rest of the Seven's metal helmets do. So I just think it would be cool to see, like, them take their original characters and do more with them. Like, I like the High Stakes Club. I want to care about the Peace Syndicate, but we still don't know anything about them. Like I said, this is the third season in a row that the Eevee skin is on the map as an NPC. But we haven't, like, there's been nothing official to suggest that the Peace Syndicate is going to be important to the story. It's just random lore that ultimately seems like it won't matter. Remember how in the entirety of Chapter 3 there was these doors below the statue of the Foundation? And everybody was wondering, like, oh, this is going to be the next redacted bunker. We're not going to get to see into this until towards the end of the chapter. Well, the whole chapter came and went, and we never got to see what was in there. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the teasing just for the sake of the teasing. And it seems like some of this seems to be like they're not willing to spend money on like they want to focus on these big celebrity like guest voices that they're bringing in, and that's where their main focus is. They wanted to give a lot of attention to Dwayne Johnson and Brie Larson, and I understand why they want to do that, because I'd imagine it wasn't cheap to get either of them. I don't know. It's just, I couldn't tell you how much either of them cost. But, I mean, The Rock is just a massive movie star. Like, let me put it this way. The WWE did a celebration of The Rock's, like, I can't remember what anniversary it was, but they had an entire night dedicated to him on a pay-per-view. I think it was for a SummerSlam, if I remember correctly. He didn't even show up for that. This pay-per-view is dedicated to the career of The Rock. The Rock had no involvement with that with that pay-per-view. Just, I don't know, man. Like, but before I go off rambling, I just want to sum up one more time. Let me just say it, and then I'll end the video. You've got some cool skins, Fortnite, and they look like really cool characters. And I think you could tell some really fun stories that would get people excited it would make people want to buy them more. Give people a reason to care about these skins. If not for any other reason than to, like I said, just dump these on YouTube. I mean, I'm sure they'll make money. I mean, people were upset when that Burning Wolf Midas origin video got pulled. But that would have been a perfect chance to tell some backstory without having to do it in-game, and you could just focus on the story of the 0 Point and the 7 and the IO or whatever else you want to do. Geno now. I mean, you could do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Maybe I'm asking too much. But I don't feel like I am. Like, I see a lot of cool character concepts in this game. And I think the skins, the work and the designs and a lot of the skins, even the skins that I'm not that particularly fond of, I still think that the in-game style looks good. I remember people were actually very happy, or people were commenting, people who don't play Fortnite or maybe have played it occasionally, were pretty impressed with the first wave of X-Men skins that came along with Deadpool for Domino, Psylocke, and Cable. People say, wow, these actually look really good. High quality skins. They look like you would expect them to look. So, I don't know, man. I want to see some cool stories with this game. You're doing a game that has a focus on the fact that there are multiple realities and opportunities for characters who should not meet will meet. Just like you got the Snake Eyes versus Batman fight in the Batman comic book. So you have this opportunity to tell some cool stories, but even if you only use your original characters, I would say that, like, you don't need, like Fortnite doesn't need to do its own Dragon Ball short where we see Goku running around with a gun because he can't remember who he is or how to go Super Saiyan or use the Kamehameha or whatever the case is. Like, you don't need to do that. There's plenty of Dragon Ball out there for people to watch. There's plenty of Batman for people to watch or read or whatever. But you don't have anything for the High Stakes Club or the Peace Syndicate. And all the stuff with the IO, except for the little bit of stuff you get in the official Fortnite crossover comics, like, there's nothing to see for that. So come on, Epic, give us some short stories, or do a whole film. I mean, I think I wouldn't rather do the film because you're basically watching the whole story in game anyway. So I would say use your YouTube channel or whatever. I mean, you already let people watch shows and shorts in Fortnite anyway. Make an event out of it. Say, here, we're doing you could do an anime series based on the High Stakes Club. I mean, High School Teenage Vampire Hunters. It sounds like an anime plot. And the theme song that comes with Joni the Red, unless I'm mistaken, is in Japanese. But, I don't know. It certainly feels like an anime story. So, Fortnite's doing its third anime crossover soon with My Hero Academia. So, reach out to one of these anime studios. Preferably not one of the ones that's like swamped, like Mappa or whatever, however you pronounce that one. The one that's pretty much doing every major anime. Find a studio that's not like struggling just to meet deadlines, because they're shorthanded over there. They don't have enough animators to do the jobs in a way that isn't like just stressful and chaotic. Or I don't know. You could do something. Anyway, that's all I want. I want to see these characters in something fun that doesn't just involve people running around in the game. Give us more of these characters. If you're going to take the time to design such cool characters, make them more than just skins. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I've rambled, and I'm scared to even look at how long I've been talking. But anyway, I appreciate those of you who've stuck with it, heard me out. What do you guys think? Is it too much to ask? Or do you think that like this is a fair request? Would you like to see Fortnite shorts based on whatever skins they want to use? Would you watch a series, anime or not, of the High Stakes Club actually going out and hunting vampires? You know, since we're in the middle of Winterfest now and there are no vampires to hunt. Again, just pointing out the absurdity of the fact that we're getting this little group now, and it would have made much more sense to introduce them during Fortnitemares. That would have been at least closer to a reasonable thing. Like, oh, they hunt vampires. Well, you could have vampires, enemies spawn on the map or something like that instead of the zombies that always show up. Or you could have made them zombie slayers. We slay the undead. Whatever. At least then that would have made sense. But they're introducing vampire hunters during a Christmas event where there are no vampires to be found. And no vampires yet that we've seen, at least so far, to be fair, with anything to do with the main story either. I don't think the ageless Jinno, I don't think they're vampires. Anyway, let me get out of here. Appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. Check out all my other stuff. And let me know what you think of my idea in the comments. I'm gone.